Right, hello you two, welcome back to more From the Depths. Today we're starting with a big one. This is the planned footprint for our battleship class. You might notice a very thick hull. I think the majority of our defences on this ship will just be a passive, extremely thick layer of iron, basically. We'll defend our ship by just making it extremely solid. We will have some active defences, or maybe try and include a couple of seaward turrets. But this is where the main guns are going to be. I'm thinking same sort of layout. 8 main guns, central hull, big radar mast up top. I'm thinking maybe two seaward turrets here on each side, and then maybe like some extra weaponry down the centre, or some extra weaponry in the middle section, perhaps some VLS tubes. I do want this one to be a bit more heavily armed and a bit more variety in its armaments, and they're going to be heavier guns, maybe just 2-barrel but 500mm, so less barrels but more powerful guns. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, and I think if this episode we'll do what I sometimes do, which is we'll build a bit and then we'll catch you up with what I've built. So I'll catch up with you guys in a bit, but I have a feeling this ship is going to be very expensive. I have a feeling we're only going to have probably 1 or 2 of these battleships active at any time. But yes, I'll catch up with you guys in a moment. And alright, another step down. It is heavy, to say the least. That's why it's floating. We've got water pumps in there. So yeah, it's a little on the heavy side, but it is floating. If buoyancy is an issue, we may have to scrap this design, which it could well be, because it is obviously massive and it is extremely thick-hulled. But I'll keep going and see how it goes, I guess. Oh dear. Oh dear. But yeah, hopefully we'll be alright. I'll also move these down. These are the example, like, here's how big you can build your hull template things, or your gun template things. Still have armour around them. But yeah, so hopefully we can still make this work. We could also make the hulls taller if we needed to deal with the buoyancy issue. They are double thick base as well. Even the base layer is double thick. And it's already 100,000 resources just from armor. Although it should be extremely resilient to fire, because armor does actually gain bonuses for stacking. This might only be like 1 layer of armor, but it's one. So I don't know what I'm talking about there. It's not showing me how much it is, but yeah, like the armor. Two blocks of armor next to each other are not the same as 2 blocks of armor like that. They're actually stronger. Even more so for 3, I believe. But yes, so I'll build up a bit more of the internals, and we'll be back in a moment. And we're back with a bit more of a ship. I've designed the main guns, and we're testing them out on this rather unfortunate ship here. Seawiz looks to be working fine. We're on God mode, so not taking damage, but this is a Tarpon we're fighting? Albacore. Just slightly ripped into one side of it. Seawiz is definitely keeping some of the fire off. Perfect, but I'd say the main guns are for the most part working. A little bit distracted, enjoying watching them shred things. They're firing Hesh rounds, so it should be quite effective against tough armor. Does help if they land hits, but airships are traditionally quite evasive. Hey, that was a good hit though. Primarily the way it's moving is making it harder to hit. think we definitely do need some weapons as a backup to go alongside the main guns. We could potentially fit harpoons. It is quite a heavy ship. We could actually potentially fit harpoons to drag things into a gun range, or at least drag them onto a more consistent course. Could perhaps fit some big harpoon or vertical launch harpoons onto this thing and use them to, like I said, drag things in so that more evasive craft like this one can't dodge so easily. We'll also want to do a quick test against an Onyx Watch surface ship. Let's try a Palisade. So quite a tough surface ship. Do our guns do much? By the looks of it, yes. Well, how the sea was doing. Ooh, the missiles are quite immune to quite resistant against the sea whiz fire. They're getting some of them. It might be because our ammunition reserves have been ran down. Actually, by the way they're firing. It's probably because they've been ran down in the previous fight. Yeah, looks like our hits are doing good damage. A little bit of sledgehammer more than anything fine-tuned, but hey ho, if it works. Missiles are probably going to be this ship's arch enemy, so it might be worth fitting some laser seawers as well. I don't know. At the moment, there's a lot we could do here. We could delete you. Right, I'll be back in a minute when I decided what that more we could do is, I suppose. I don't know quite what the next thing's going to be. In fact, what I might do is I might leave that here, and yeah, we'll leave this here, and we'll get on to some actual campaign. The last bit of the episode. So now I believe we had just defeated the Deepwater Guard. The main fleet is well, it's done good in a way because they've won as a fight, but it's also damaged. So I think what we need to do is get a headquarters constructed. And then we can use that to start. Oh, what do you call it? Did that load it in? It did. Okay. We can use that to start making proper repairs and mining resources.
Receiving.
Some resources. Let's also give it some did we not just give it some resources? Oh, not allowed on hostile board sections. They're not next to a friendly one. Oh, because we haven't captured it. Right. Okay. Do we have any craft at the ready to send in and sort that? We don't. What we'll do then?
Receiving.
Sorry. Hold on. No. Gather it. I teleport to it. Let's build something that would be nice and quick to get out there. Would say another sifter, but how many resources do we have nearby? 20,000. We've got quite a lot of commodities in storage. Maybe another sifter wouldn't be a bad idea. They are quite good. They have proven quite effective so far. So yeah, let's have another sifter. Airship up and running. We also might try converting this one to EMP missiles. At certain viewers' suggestion. See if those work out. Let's try EMP wired. blue markings to indicate their EMP.
Receiving.
With their airship, keep it nice and full because it is a hungry fella. What is some of our craft? Okay. Hello. Let's have to split into a new fleet.
Listening.
If you go and get that. Yeah, it's definitely the fastest of our craft. Yeah, it's not too resource hungry. Uses a bit, but so cruising isn't too bad. Yeah, we're filling back up at about the same rate. Very least we can afford to sustain it. Oh yeah, they're dead fleets.
Listening.
We'll send all the dead fleets back to here and potentially
Moving out.
replace them later. Once we've got this fleet repaired, we'll also, once we've got the fleet sort of repairing, we'll also
Moving now.
get a radar balloon constructed. We should also probably set up a gathering station at Laguna Island. Let's see. For the moment, looks like it's primarily just salvage duty. Tell you what, actually, if it's
Receiving.
intact enough, we might be able to get that radar balloon building at least. Now, which one of you had the construction equipment on board? Was it the cruiser? No idea. Was it this one? Yes, it was. Okay. Oh, I guess it needs some new repair tentacles as well. Oh. Not allowed on friendly board segments, but you didn't stop me putting the thing on in the first place. Not sure what was going on there. Too far out to repair, I guess. Okay, now they're starting to repair automatically.
Listening.
Right, if you could just quickly nip back and grab that bit of territory so we don't have an awkward missing spot.
Receiving. Moving now.
Gatherer can stay
Moving
there.
now.
The gatherer can
Moving
stay
out.
there. You guys.
Moving now. Moving now. Receiving. Moving now. Listening. Moving out. Moving out. Receiving. 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 Moving now.
At the Onyx Watch taking the other resource gathering spot. Although it might just actually be theirs, I suppose. That's going to be an interesting one to take at some point because it's landlocked. So you need aircraft for that one. We definitely do need to capture that. Have we still got that yeah, the repair awesomeness. If he splits off into a new fleet.
Receiving.
Let's send him over to here and we'll get a gathering station set up. We do want to be gathering from everywhere we can.
Receiving.
Gatherer is being constructed, I guess.
Receiving.
The main fleet, yes, the hatchet being
Listening.
repaired primarily at the moment.
Receiving. now.
Did they run out of resources? They did. Okay. I think I'm repairing it. Yeah, apparently I'm repairing it. I should be able to gift it some materials, right? There we go. Should be able to self-repair now.
Receiving.
Yeah, and the gather is complete as well. Excellent. I think it's yeah, it's currently donating all its material to the main fleet. That's fine, actually. That's good.
Listening.
Okay, that territory captured.
Moving out.
We're basically going to push through Deepwater Guard territory now until we arrive at sort of the Lightning Hood territory. But I think they, considering it's saying capture in progress, that probably means with the Deepwater Guard knocked out, the Lightning Hoods are probably taking the territory. So,
Receiving.
main fleet, you are... Yeah, you've got some reasonable resources again. Forwards.
Now.
Let's get back in the fight.
Receiving. Receiving.
Now, we have another sifter back here waiting for repairs, and we have the resources to do it. The main fleet with the 2 cruisers.
Moving out. Moving out. Moving out.
Let's get it repaired. Right. It's active once more. It can rejoin our efforts. Right, yes, we have a radar balloon here now, don't we? Somewhere?
Receiving. Receiving.
Is it in the main fleet? Ah, it's in the main fleet. It's slowing it down. Split off.
Receiving. Moving out.
Yeah, main fleet speeding up a lot. Now view is expanding. Yeah, Lightning Hood territory.
Receiving. Receiving. Moving now.
And we are at war with them already.
Listening.
We are going to be fighting right off the bat with them. This is almost there. We might have to make it build the fortress over water and then move it over.
Receiving.
Something going on here?
Receiving. Receiving.
Oh, it's moved off the point. That's not going to help. That one's not actually gathering anything. Okay, good. It's actually gathering again. Isn't too high. Right. Aerosmith is here. So,
Receiving.
hello once again, repair ship. Welcome to the goddamn brightest area I've ever been. Right. I know you can do it from the menu, but I find this easier. So, gather a hold until complete. Spawn distance about 50 meters. One in. Actually, even with the resources on board this thing, it's actually got enough to do it. Then it might even move automatically to land. Even if it is apparently building it underwater. Yeah, it's actually moving automatically towards where it needs to be, I think. I think it's close enough that it knows. That is where it's meant to be, so that's fine. Yeah, the actual repair ship itself might get a little bumped out of the way. Or picked up with it. Maybe took a slight bump there, but oh well. Yeah, Yes. Once it's repaired, though, it can actually start repairing ours. Once it's built to that point.
Listening. Receiving. Moving now. Listening. Moving out. Receiving.
Carelessness. You can come up to the middle of the front line. You might well be needed. In fact, you can come up to the
Moving now.
new base. We don't have really any other dedicated repair ships, but we might as well keep the ones we have nearby. How many resources still here? 22,000. Okay. 200,000. What do the cruisers cost? Yeah. We might be able to repair the cruisers potentially. What does a cruiser cost? Because we'd like to have them still there. 80,000. Yeah, we could repair the 2 cruisers. We'll send them over to here for rebuilding. Don't know how much help they'll be against the lightning hoods, but it'd be good to have something at least. That sifter is done.
Moving out.
Right, yeah, we can't capture that territory yet until we own that one. Of course. And the other is on the way. Seem to be quite a good bet for catching territory, at least, even if they're a little fragile on their own. Okay, Main Fleet 2 has arrived.
Receiving.
Repairs. And nice and sharpish. Okay, cruiser's repaired. Let's get that fleet up to the front line as well.
Moving now.
You can guard Jamwell, in fact, that's probably not a bad idea. Okay, I think things have gone reasonably well so far, actually, in today's episode. We haven't had too many problems at all.
Moving out.
Except for you stopping in the wrong place.
Receiving. Moving now.
But now we're going to push into their territory.
Receiving. Moving now.
There's another hatchet. Really? When did we build this? We didn't get separated from the main fleet, did he? No, we just have 2. Huh. Didn't realize we built 2, and this one's out of material. Am I crazy? When did this happen? You know what the... Yeah, okay. In fact, I think we're going to have a battle this episode. To wrap things up. Why not? We're fighting a Thunderbird with the main fleet. But the main fleet is fully repaired. Let's begin the battle. The Thunderbird is not a huge craft. It's flying. Does it look like any of the Thunderbirds? No, it looks like a actual Thunderbird, I see. The patrol craft's getting lasered. And is already down. Why do I feel like this bird is a bad omen? The missiles aren't hitting it so well, but the main guns are. This is a cool craft, though. I didn't know the lightning hoods had anything like this. Okay, the hatchet's taking laser fire, but not really much damage. It's too far enough away to really do any damage against its tough hull. Are we actually doing damage to this thing? Not much, but some. Yeah, that looked like it actually did something. It's mostly the hatchet I'm worried about. Little patrol craft are probably done for. The missiles are definitely struggling on our older craft. They definitely need upgrading. We need to build some of those new patrol craft to support the main fleet. Phase out the old ones. Definitely got flak coming in fairly nicely, though. Yeah, those were hitting it. When it flies towards our craft to attack it, we can hit it fairly easily. I think it's down an engine, actually. Oh, going out of control. Aha! We will check the damage to the hatchet, especially since it's actually starting to register damage now, but I think if it had targeted it first, would have been a lot more trouble. Oh yeah, I saw an engine ring pop out there. That's not going to be doing it any good. Resource view on. Keeping a tight eye on our ship's health. But got to decipher the old patrol craft biting it, and we might completely retire those now. I think we're doing okay. This is a little bit of a problem, because this is not a tremendously expensive craft, and it's doing a lot of damage. Or at least it did do. Still, it is cool looking, I do like it. Actual, like, big bird. But we are weathering it down, ironically enough, with the conventional shells. Not the missiles, despite it being an aircraft. This is the stealth bomber thing again. Shot it down with regular shells. So we didn't know it was supposed to be invisible. Stealth fighter? I'm not actually sure which one it was, but one of the two anyway. I believe there is a story of a stealth bomber being shot down by shells, quote unquote, because they didn't know it was supposed to be invisible. Oh, he's down. Kept it gliding for a long time. He's probably survived the landing, but I don't know if he'll survive much longer with battleship grade guns firing at it. Kinda like to capture this thing, but don't think we're gonna get a chance. It would be pretty cool to have one of these for our own forces. Maybe we should try some piracy. We could tell our guns to stop firing at it and try and take it over. I don't know whether I want to allow using the campaign designs for my own forces. Oh, I think it's dead anyway. Yeah. Maybe we should reverse engineer one of these at some point in the campaign. Either way, we sunk it. What's the damage? Not too bad to the larger ships. We've got a patrol frigate left. Yeah, the patrols are at the very least taking fire for the other stuff. Okay, that's where I'll actually call the episode then. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed that, as I try to remember to say at the end of these. I make games as well as playing them. So if you want to support the channel, check out the link in the description. If I've got them all updated correctly, there should be links directly to the games now, rather than just the trailers. And yeah, I'll see you guys again next time. Bye-bye.